Skug. Me make something. Me make something with rock. Me begin now.
What that sound? That sound good.
A few minutes later.
Skug. Me make wheel. It go uphill. Mostly downhill. It fast. We catch saber-toothed tiger faster.
Gunk, I don't care about your wheel. I've made something greater and better. Something you'd never expect.
What that?
Music. It sounds as beautiful as the roaring oceans and the pterodactyls scream. We have lovely stations like KJHK 90.7 FM.
Lawrence? But wheel go fast. It round. Has hole in middle. This is the end.
Every weekday morning after Jazz in the Morning, what are you hungry for?
Beats. 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 Beats.
More beats, please.
Beats. 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 Beats.
More beats, please.
Breakfast with Beat Lovers. Every weekday morning from 9 till noon.
Fresh beats, handpicked by a different DJ every morning. Whether you like funk, hip-hop, reggae, or electronic music, you're sure to hear something both nutritious and delicious.
More beats, please. More beats, please.
Beats. 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 No matter how old I get, nothing tastes as good as a big bowl of beats. 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 Boy, they're even better after you eat them.
Welcome back to Norman, Oklahoma for day 2 of the Oklahoma Omni Classic. I'm Caleb Kalsich, and we are about to get underway for Game 3 of the Kansas Jayhawks' involvement in this tournament, as they are taking on the East Texas A&M Lions, a program in its third year of Division I softball, playing out of the Southland Conference. Pitching for East Texas A&M, as they are the designated home team in this one, is Julia Sanchez. She's a senior with a 4.51 ERA, a 1-5 record overall. Her 8th appearance and 8th start in 35 innings. And we are about to get underway as Presley Limbaugh, leadoff batter for the Jayhawks, is in the batter's box. Limbaugh on the weekend is 4 for 5 with a walk and scored a run. Hitting 442 coming into this one. First pitch from Sanchez is outside, and we are underway in Game 3 of the Oklahoma Omni Classic. Limbaugh on the season, 5 RBIs and a triple for the Jayhawks. The 1-0 from Sanchez is just outside again. 2-0. This is the first weekend that East Texas A&M is actually on the road. They played last night down in Arlington against Prairie View A&M and UT Arlington. They split that, beating Prairie View A&M. The 2-0 is inside from Sanchez, and Limbaugh has a 3-0 count to open this one. East Texas A&M did play this morning, played against Kansas City, and Kansas City defeated them 12-3 in 5 innings. As the 3-0 from Sanchez is coming to the plate, and it's inside, a 4-pitch walk to open this one, and that brings up Ainsley Linda for the Jayhawks. Linda, 444 hitter coming into this one. Kansas with an 8-6 record on day 2 of this Oklahoma Omni Classic. Saw their 6-game winning streak get snapped last night by the Oklahoma Sooners. First pitch to Linda is called strike. Delayed signal there from the umpire. 0-1 to Linda. The 0-1 from Sanchez is outside, 1-1. Kansas will play a doubleheader today. They'll take on Oklahoma again right after this one before finishing the weekend with Marshall tomorrow morning. The 1-1 from Sanchez is line foul right at third base coach. But Lewis gets out of the way. Counts now 1-2. Linda, 5 RBIs, 4 doubles on the season for the Jayhawks. Limbaugh at first with no outs. She takes off here on a 2-2 count, and she is safe, easily beating her throw. Throws a little off. Count was a ball. Pitch was a ball. Counts now 2-2. So Limbaugh steals her first base of the season, and Kansas has a runner in her scoring position already. 2-2 from Sanchez. It hits Linduff on the elbow, so Kansas gets the first 2 runners on with a walk and hit by pitch. And that brings up Haley Kripe for the Jayhawks, 357 hitter, 13 RBIs. 5 for 7 this weekend with 2 RBIs and has scored twice for the Jayhawks. First pitch from Sanchez to Kripe. Called strike down the middle. 0-1 the count now to Kripe. Sanchez did pitch earlier today against Kansas City. She did not record an out and gave up 2 earned runs on 1 hit before Kansas City ended the game by the run rule. 0-1 from Sanchez, just outside. 1-1 now the count. One from Sanchez is foul. Check swing to the right side. Sanchez allows a 1-2 count on Kripe. Julia Sanchez, senior for East Texas A&M, forces a pop-up behind home plate out of the reach of the catcher and will stay 1-2. By far the most innings pitched this season for this Lions squad is Sanchez. And she brings the 1-2 to Kripe. Off-speed pitch, Kripe stays back, drives it to right field. Limbaugh rounding will hold at third, but the Jayhawks load the bases with no one out here at the top of the first. Olivia Bruno now steps up with the bases loaded, 263 hitter coming into this one. 8 RBIs and has the opportunity to add to that total. Mound visit here for the Lions. Isabella Azrola out there talking to the pitcher. And now we're ready.
Now batting the designated player, number 23.
Bruno has walked twice and scored twice this weekend here in Norman. And the first pitch from Sanchez is called strike down the middle. 0-1 out of the count to Bruno. One from Sanchez is fouled back by Bruno, kind of 0-2. Sanchez looking to get the first out of the inning for the Lions here. (0-2) from Sanchez is a little high. Kind of 1-2. Since moving up to Division I, East Texas A&M has struggled. 9 wins in both of the past 2 seasons. For this season so far for the Lions, the 1-2 is outside, 2-2 now the count. Bruno laid off the outside pitch that Sanchez tried to get her to chase with. Sanchez readies, brings a 2-2 to the plate. And check swing, umpire says she wins. And that is the first out of the inning. Bruno goes down on strikes for the Jayhawks, and that brings up Ava Wallace. Driven a couple of RBIs this season, 2 for 5, or this weekend, 2 for 5 on the weekend as well. And has scored for the Jayhawks in the first 2 games. She comes out with 1 out and the bases loaded here in the top of the first. First pitch from Sanchez to Wallace. Called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count out of Wallace. Wallace, a freshman this season, hitting .400 for the Jayhawks. 5 RBIs coming into this matchup. 0-1 from Sanchez. Off-speed pitch that drops in the zone for strike 2. Similar area to strike 1. Count now 0-2 to the freshman lefty. 0-2 from Sanchez. Little outside. Count now 1-2. Try to get Wallace to chase there. She laid off. Count now 1-2 to Ava Wallace. One, two from Sanchez. Off-speed pitch, a little outside. Count now 2-2. Wind's blowing out to left today compared to right field yesterday. But Sanchez will bring the 2-2 to Wallace here with the bases loaded and 1 out. Here's the pitch. Line foul left side, and Wallace will keep the 2-2 count. Sanchez is ready on the mound. Brings the 2-2 to Wallace. Wallace lays off a low and outside pitch, and she's worked the count full. Full count from Sanchez to Wallace. Wallace lines it to left field. Back goes the left fielder at the wall. It's gone. Grand slam from Ava Wallace. Her first home run as a Kansas Jayhawk. And Kansas strikes early 4-0 in the top of the first inning. Three-2 count driven to left field by the left-handed hitter. And with their second hit, Kansas already up 4-0 here against East Texas A&M. That now brings up September Flanagan. She homered yesterday to right center field against Marshall. And now she comes up with 1 out and lines a ball to right field. Chasing is the right fielder, and she makes the grab. Diving play by Lexi Gamez. And there's 2 away here in the top of the first.
Now batting the first baseman, number 6.
Campbell Bagshaw up for the Jayhawks, 282 hitter in her junior season with Kansas. First pitch, fouled back right side. 0-1 now from Sanchez. That is Wallace's 6th RBI this weekend here in Norman. As the 0-1 from Sanchez is an off-speed pitch that drops in the zone on the outside corner, and it's quickly 0-2 to Bagshaw. Oh-2 from Sanchez. Inside. 1-2 now to Bagshaw. One-two from Sanchez is swung on and missed by Campbell Bagshaw, and now we're in the top of the first. But Ava Wallace does damage here for the Jayhawk. It's 4-0. Goes ahead to the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to Kansas Softball on the KJHK Sports Stream.
Hey Jayhawks fans, Brendan Dworzinski here, radio voice of the Washburn Ichabods and former KJHK sports director. During my time at KJHK, I was on the call for some legendary KU moments.
Lucas to the opposite corner, Devontae Graham for 3, off balance! Unbelievable, Devontae Graham does it again!
Keep it locked on the student home for Kansas Jayhawks athletics, 90.7 FM, KJHK, Lawrence.
This is Kansas coach Bill Self. KU basketball isn't the only championship caliber program on our campus. You can find award-winning sports radio on the student voice for KU sports, KJHK Lawrence.
Welcome back to Norman. Kansas leads 4-0 off the bat of Ava Wallace. Her first career home run for the Jayhawks was a grand slam to left field. On the mound for Kansas today, another freshman, Kennedy Diggs, gets the start for the Jayhawks. 1-1 record on the season, 2.86 ERA in her 7 innings. Her third start and appearance for Kansas this season. Lineup for Kansas in the infield. Campbell Bagshaw plays first next to Emma Tatum at second. Haley Cripe will play shortstop next to September Flanagan at third. In the outfield, Ava Wallace plays left, Preston Limbaugh in center, and Ainsley Linduff in right. Leading off for East Texas A&M, Emma Rodriguez steps in the batter's box for the Lions. First pitch from Diggs. Swung on a miss by Rodriguez. 0-1 from the freshman righty. Diggs holding opponents to .355 batting average. Diggs ready, brings the 0-1. Called strike on the inside corner, now 0-2 from Kennedy Diggs. From Diggs. He is swung on a miss. A 1-2-3 strikeout for the freshman to start this one, and there's one away here in the bottom of the first. That brings up Maddie Kaysen, senior lefty for East Texas A&M, 286 hitter. Has a triple on the season for the Lions. First pitch from Diggs. Called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count now from Diggs. One from Diggs. Way outside of 1-1 out of the count. To the lefty batter. This is Kaysen's 19th game and start for the Lions. Second in the team with hits with 14 on the year. 1-1 from Diggs. Swung on a miss. Got her with an off-speed pitch way out in front of that. Now 1-2 from Kennedy Diggs. One-two from Diggs. Is a ground ball up the middle. Tatum Fields fires the first, and there's two away here for Kansas in the bottom of the first. That brings up Charlie Anger for East Texas A&M, sophomore hitter, 227 on the year, in our 19th game. 2 home runs this season for the Lions. Leads the team in RBIs with 9. Called strike is first pitch from Diggs. Anger did homer against Kansas City earlier. She was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs in that one. .01 from Diggs. Fouled back by Anger, and count now 0-2 from the freshman pitcher. .02 from Diggs. Fly ball right side is going to get out of play. And count will stay 0-2. .02 from Diggs. Outside, but that's the spot that Natalie Marshall wanted there for her pitcher. Anger just didn't chase it. 1-2 now the count. 1-2 from Diggs. Just slow. Anger held off. Count now 2-2. Off-speed pitch there from Kennedy Diggs. Two from Diggs. Is a fly ball right side going to get out of play down the right field line, and will stay 2-2 with 2 away here in the bottom of the first inning. 2-2 from Diggs. Outside. And Angers work the count full here in her at bat. (3-2) from Kennedy Diggs. Swung on, miss. Kennedy Diggs goes 1-2-3 in her first inning this weekend, and we'll head to the top of the second. Kansas leads 4-0 here in Norman. You're listening to Kansas Softball on the KJHK Sports Stream.
I don't be trying to come around my girl listening to them other stations. We tuned into the one best in the nation. We keep going up, that's escalation. The sound alternative, that's the acclamation. Get your own. Since 1975, we had too many clones. Hey, B, you sound like you got a big ego. Everything for the community, though. From the farmer's ball to the battle of beats. We got stuff ranging from Odie Elite to Klaus Nami. And please, ask somebody, if y'all the voice, then we the body. And this one here, we stay dropped in, pass it up like Stockton. Having y'all boxed in, we keeping it locked in. Come visit us to see all the truth, cause beauty lies in the eye like Sonic Youth. That's KJHK 90.7 FM in Lawrence.
Kansas leads 4-0 here in the top of the second inning after Ava Wallace hit a grand slam to left field to open the day for the Jayhawks. Natalie Marshall will make her first appearance this weekend for the Jayhawks and bat 8th to open this inning. 200 hitter in her season in her 6th game with the Jayhawks. Julia Sanchez still out there for the Lions. First pitch from Sanchez in the top of the second. Called strike on the outside corner. And there's no 1 count to Marshall. Oh, 0-1 Marshall is fouled back. All-speed pitch there. And count is quickly 0-2 to the catcher. To Marshall is a line drive base hit to left field. And Natalie Marshall gets her first hit of the weekend here in Norman. Leadoff single for the Jayhawks here. And that brings us Emma Tatum, who homered to right field yesterday to close out the game against Marshall.
Now batting the second baseman, number 20.
Overall, she's 2 for 4 on the weekend with 4 RBIs. First pitch to Tatum. Called strike on the inside corner. 0-1 the count to Tatum. Tatum in her junior season hitting .217. 6 RBIs total. 0-1. Just up and away. 1-1 out of the count. (1-1) to Sanchez. Is called strike on the outside corner. 1-2 now the count to Tatum. Sanchez brings a 1-2 to Tatum. Tatum lines it out of play to the left side, and will stay 1-2 here. No outs in the top of the second. Marshall on first for the Jayhawks, leading 4-0 here in game 1 of day 2. Sanchez with the 1-2. Is a fly ball to center field. Back goes the center fielder at the wall. It's gone. Emma Tatum hammers her second home run to left center field. And it's 6-0 Jayhawks in the top of the second. That ball hit about 3 rows up in left center field. And there's still no outs in the top of the second. But Kansas does damage again. And head coach Brittany Miller out talking with the umpire. We're going to have a pitching change. Julia Sanchez, last one inning and 6 earned runs against the Jayhawks here. New pitcher for East Texas A&M will be Emma Olson. This will be her 7th appearance. 0-1 record on the season, a 16.55 ERA in 10 innings. 3.88 average is what the opponents are hitting off her. Presley Limbaugh will be the batter for Kansas when we return to action. And Olsen will have to get all 3 outs here in the top of the second. Olsen did not pitch against Kansas City earlier today. East Texas A&M did use 4 pitchers against Kansas City in their loss this morning. Olsen doing her last couple warm-up pitches. And we're about ready. Limbaugh heading back to the batter's box with her second at-bat of the day. She walked in her first appearance in the first inning. Looking to continue this inning for the Jayhawks. No one out, no one on for Kansas here in the top of the second. It is 6-0 Jayhawks. And Limbaugh will step up with her .442 average this season. First pitch from Olsen to Limbaugh is low and away. 1-0 now from Emma Olsen. Olsen does tend to walk more than strike out. 11 walks to 4 strikeouts on the season so far. 1-0 from Olsen is inside, 2-0 out of the count. First and third basemen for East Texas A&M are playing up a little bit. The 2-0 to Limbaugh is a called strike on the inside corner. Count now 2-1 to the junior left-hander. Two-1 from Olsen. Ground ball up middle. Hot shot snagged by the second baseman, and there's one away. Great play there by Emma Mahey to make the first out of the inning for the Lions.
Now batting the right fielder, number 39, Ainsley
Linduff back up for the Jayhawks here. She was hit by a pitch in her first at-bat, .444 average. First pitch from Olsen is a line drive right back at the pitcher. It actually hit her, and Linduff will have a single, but we will have time to make sure Olsen's okay. She says that she is. That was right back at her. Not sure where it hit her, but it definitely made contact with the pitcher. But Linduff's on first with 1 out for the Jayhawks.
Now batting the shortstop, number 41, Haley Kripe.
Haley Kripe back up for Kansas. She singled in the first and came around to score on the grand slam from Ava Wallace. First pitch to Kripe. Off-speed pitch in the dirt. Back pick is not in time. Linduff got far off first base there. And a little hesitation from Isabella Rosla probably cost the Lions an out there. 1-0 from Olsen is high. 2-0 out of the count. .2-0 to Kripe. 1 away here in the top of the second. Kripe fouls it back. And there's 2. It's a 2-1 count now to the junior right-hander. Olsen with the 2-1 pitch. Hits Kripe in the back. Second hit by a pitch issued by East Texas A&M. And Kansas has another runner in scoring position here in the top of the second. that, we have a pinch runner. Caden Stafford checking in for the Jayhawks here. Will run for Haley Kripe. So Stafford on first. And Linduff at seconds. With Haley Webb pinch hitting for the Jayhawks here. In the spot for Olivia Bruno.
Attention, please. Pitch running for Kansas at first base. Number 5, Kansas Stafford.
Umpires riding with stuff they need down, and we're about ready. Haley Webb. Transferred from Indiana State last season. And she looks for our first at-bat here in Norman. One out here, runs on first and second for Kansas. First pitch to Webb. Outside. 1-0 count to the sophomore right-hander. One is outside to Haley Webb. 2-0 count now from Emma Olson. Olson's 2-0 is fouled back by Webb to the right side. And count will be 2-1. Stafford on first, Linduff at second. One out here in already a 2-run inning for Kansas in the top of the second. 2-1 from Olson. Called strike on the outside corner. And the count's 2-2 to Haley Webb. Two from Olson. Off-speed pitch. Misses. East Texas A&M thought that was strike 3. Catcher popped up there. Azrola. But count moves to full to Haley Webb. 3-2 count from Olson. Swung on a missed foul tip into the catcher's glove. Webb goes down on strikes, and there's 2 away here in the top of the second, and that brings up Ava Wallace. Grand slam to left field in her first at bat. And looking to score some more runs here with Linduff in scoring position. First pitch from Olson. Called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 count to Wallace. One from Olson is outside. Off-speed pitch to that miss. 1-1 now the count from the right-handed pitcher. One from Olson is a line drive deep to right field. 2 at-bats, 2 home runs for Ava Wallace, a 3-run bomb to right center field, and it's 9-0 Kansas here in the top of the second inning. Ava Wallace with a 2-home run day, her first 2 home runs as a Jayhawk here, and Kansas with the 5-run second inning. Seven RBIs off the bat of Ava Wallace so far in this one. And it's 9-0 Kansas in the top of the second. First pitch from Olson to September Flanagan. As we have time, switching out softballs here. And it'll be a 1-0 count to Flanagan. She lined out to right in her first at bat in the first. Looking to keep this inning going here for the Jayhawks. 1-0 from Olson is low and away. 2-0 now the count to September Flanagan. Homer against Marshall yesterday. Olson's 2-0 way up and away, and count goes to 3-0 to Flanagan. Olson's 3-0. Called strike down the middle. Flanagan not looking to swing there. And it counts 3-1 to the right-handed hitter. 3-1 from Olson. Is outside off-speed pitch, misses. Flanagan's aboard with a walk. And that brings up Campbell Bagshaw, struck out in her first at-bat. Looking to keep things going here for Kansas as Jennifer McFalls is out with the umpire, and we're going to have another pinch runner here for the Jayhawks. Carson Griggs will be the runner for Kansas. She'll stay in that first with 2 away as Bagshaw steps in.
Attention, please. Pinch running at first base, number 14, Carson Griggs.
Bagshaw steps in, Olson on the mound, and we're back under action in a 9-0 Kansas lead here in the top of the second. First pitch from Olson is low and away. 1-0 to Campbell Bagshaw. From Olson is a fly ball in the infield. Second baseman underneath it. And that will end the inning. But not before Kansas adds to your lead with 2 more home runs. It is 9-0 Kansas as we head to the bottom of the second inning. You listen to the Kansas softball in the KJHK Sports Stream.
Hey, Bear. I turned on the radio station the other day, and I heard a peculiar radio song.
What kind of peculiar radio song there? What was that?
They were playing some quite alternative music.
Oh, let me just turn this on and think of what. Holy freaking crap, Joe! This totally reminds me of the time when I listened to KJHK 90.7 FM.
You nailed it. KJHK 90.7 FM. That's the name.
This is Kansas coach Bill Self. KU basketball isn't the only championship caliber program on our campus. You can find award-winning sports radio on the student voice for KU Sports, KJHK Lawrence.
Welcome back to Norman. I'm Caleb Counselors. Kansas leads 9-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Couple of defensive changes here for the Jayhawks. Sarah Rozak is at second. Caden Stafford at short, and Carson Griggs at third. As a line drive to left, back goes Weber off the top of the wall, fields it there, and it'll be a leadoff single for the batter Tatum Wright. Line drive off the top of the left field wall, and there's the first base runner for the Lions today. Weber also checked in at left, so 4 defensive changes here for the Jayhawks. Linduff and Limbaugh still in right and left, or center, and Bagshaw still at first. Griggs brings the first pitch to Stephanie Tapia, and she swings and misses. 0-1 now the count to Tapia. Diggs 0-1. Just misses on the outside. 1-1 now from the freshman pitcher. Wright was 1 for 2 before that line drive single to left. Tapio is 0 for 1 but walked against Kansas City earlier. 1-1 from Diggs. Called strike. Tapio laid off the off-speed play that dropped into the strike zone. And it's a 1-2 count to the right-handed hitter. One-two from Diggs. It's a little high. 2-2 now the count. No outs here in the bottom of the second. Runner on first for the Lions. Kansas out hitting East Texas A&M 6-1 with their 9-0 advantage here. Diggs brings the 2-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Off-speed pitch drops in. And there's one away there here for Kansas. Third strikeout for Diggs in this appearance. And that'll bring up Emma Meehy for the Lions. Meehy 0 for 2 with a strikeout against Kansas City in her game earlier today. Fly ball to right. Linduff settles underneath it. And 1 pitch, 1 out for the Jayhawks. Here's now 2 away. Runner on first still for the Lions. That brings up Lexi Gamez. Gamez did not play against Kansas City. First pitch to Gamez is a little inside. Gamez 176 on the season. This is her 10th game for the Lions. One-0 from Diggs is a late called strike, high and inside to Gamez, and it's a 1-1 count. One from Diggs. That one's up. 2-1 now the count from the freshman pitcher. Two-1 from Kinley Diggs is swung on a miss. Off-speed pitch had Gamez way out in front of that. And count now moves to 2-2 with 2 outs here for Kansas. Nevaeh Terrell's on deck for the Lions. Two count from Diggs. Swung on a miss. Diggs' second strikeout of the inning, 4th overall today. And the leadoff single goes nowhere for the Lions. We're at the top of the 3rd. Kansas leads 9-0. You listen to Kansas Softball on the KJHK Sports Stream.
Every weekday morning after Jazz in the Morning, what are you hungry for?
Beats. Beats, beats, beats.
More beats, please.
Beats. Beats, beats, beats.
More beats, please.
Breakfast with Beat Lovers. Every weekday morning from 9 till noon.
Fresh beats, handpicked by a different DJ every morning. Whether you like funk, hip-hop, reggae, or electronic music, you're sure to hear something both nutritious and delicious.
More beats, please. More beats, please.
Beats, beats, beats. No matter how old I get, nothing tastes as good as a big bowl of beats. Beats, beats, beats. Beats. Boy, they're even better after you eat them.
Morning already? And somebody's cooking breakfast? Ooh, I don't like the sound of that ambience. Who are you? Breakfast for beat makers. I'm sorry, breakfast for who? It's Beat Lovers then. It would make sense to call it Beat Lovers since it's... Well, I think Beat Makers has a better tone. I'm just saying, Beat Lovers would just make... It flows off the tongue better. You know, I'm just saying, it flows off... Shut up. Now, what would you like to eat? We have banana pancakes, bacon, or would you like to pet my tortoise? I'm pretty sure that's a turtle. Anyway, what is Breakfast for Beat Lovers? I'm glad you asked, young man. Breakfast for Beat Lovers is a special program on KJHK's 90.7 FM, going all throughout the week from 9 to 11. During this special program, you'll be able to hear your favorite music by your favorite producers, such as Jay Dilla, Madlib, Nujabes, Mr. West, anybody you can think of. Well, that was interesting. Hey, can you pass me some orange juice if you have any? Unfortunately, we don't have orange juice, but I can offer you some Pepsi.
Welcome back to Norman, top of the third inning, as Natalie Marshall watches ball in the outside corner to open the third. She singled in the second inning for the Jayhawks. 9-0 Kansas. It's a lead here in the top of the third inning. 1-0 from Olsen. Same spot, same result. 2-0 now the count to Marshall. Catching for the first time this weekend for Kansas. .20 from Olsen is inside, and count is now 3-0. .30 from Marshall, or to Marshall, excuse me. Ball 4 high and inside. 4th walk on the season for Natalie Marshall. And that brings up Sarah Rozak hitting for Emma Tatum.
Now batting the second baseman, number 1, Sarah Rozak.
Senior batter for the Jayhawks here, making her first appearance this weekend for Kansas. First pitch to Rozak. Called strike on the inside corner. 0-1 to Rozak. Olsen's 0-1. Called strike on the outside corner. Osby pitch lands in the zone. Rozak down 0-2 in her first at bat. .02 from Olsen. Low and away. 1-2 now from the right-handed pitcher. Olsen ready. Her 1-2 to the plate. Is a line drive. Going to get out of play foul to the left side. Count will stay 1-2. .1-2 from Olsen is way outside. 2-2 now to Rozak. .9 Kansas, top 3. Jayhawks out hitting the Lions 6-1. 2-2 from Olsen is fouled away by Rozak to the right side, and will stay 2-2. .2-2 the count to Rozak. Olsen readies. Fires it to the plate. Bounces in front of home plate, and Rozak has worked the count full. .3-2 count here. Olsen sets and fires. Ball 4, a little high there, and Kansas has first and second with no one out here after 2 walks here in the inning. That brings up Maddie Hayes batting in the spot for Presley Limbaugh. She has appeared as a pinch runner this weekend, but making her first at bats.
Now batting number 36, Maddie Hayes.
First pitch to Hayes is up and away. 1-0 on the count to Hayes. Olsen readies the 1-0. Brings it to Hayes. Hayes line drive up the middle, going to be a base hit. Rounding is Marshall. Marshall going to be hold at third. But Maddie Hayes gets her first base hit here in Norman. And Kansas has the bases loaded with no outs again.
Attention please, defensive changes for East Texas A&M.
Angel Linduff back up for the Jayhawks here. 1 for 1 today, 457 average coming into this at bat. And Olsen brings the first pitch to Linduff. Called strike on the outside corner to open this at bat. 0-1 now to Ainsley Linduff. Linduff was hit in the first and singled in the second. 0-1 to Linduff. Called strike, off-speed pitch lands in the outside corner. Count is quickly 0-2. On deck for Kansas, Caden Stafford. 0-2 from Olsen, up and away. 1-2 now the count to the lefty hitter. One-two from Olsen. Linduff lays off. Pitch was up and away. 2-2 now to Linduff. Olsen readies to 2-2 and brings it to Linduff. Linduff hits a fly ball to right. Back goes the right fielder. Makes the catch on the run. Here comes Marshall tagging up from third. And it's an RBI sacrifice fly from Ainsley Linduff to extend the lead to 10-0 Kansas. Rozak held at second. Hayes stayed at first. And there's one away in the top of the third.
Now batting the shortstop, number 5.
Caden Stafford now steps up for Kansas. Her first at-bat today. Scored yesterday and recorded a stolen base for the Jayhawks in their first day of this tournament. Caden Stafford hammers the ball to left. Back goes the left fielder. It's gone. Caden Stafford with a 3-run shot to left field. And it's 13-0 Kansas in the top of the third inning. Caden Stafford, her first home run this season. And the Jayhawks extend their lead again. Scoreboard shows it's 12-0. But Natalie Marshall did score, so it should be 13-0 Kansas. Fourth home run of the day for the Jayhawks. That brings on the pitching change for East Texas A&M. Kate Hoosier will come on for the Lions. She pitched earlier today against Kansas City. 2 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts for her. And Kansas four home runs, 1 grand slam, couple of 3-run home runs, and a 2-run shot as well. 8-1, Kansas is out hitting the Lions here in the top of the third inning. On the season, Hoosier has a 2-0 record coming into this. 4.13 RA in 28 innings. This will be her 15th appearance, and opponents hitting 240 off her. Haley Webb back up for Kansas here. One out in the top of the third for Haley Webb. Struck out in her previous at-bat, transferred in from Indiana State prior to the season. First pitch to Webb. Hoosier's first pitch is up and away, and it's 1-0 to Webb. Kansas will take on Oklahoma after this game, as we have time called by the catcher to reset the action clock. Hoosiers 1-0. Called strike on the outside corner to Webb. 1-1 out of the count. Hoosiers 1-1, a little outside. 2-1 out of the count. Two-one to Webb. Webb hits a fly ball to center field. Ranging underneath it and making the catch is Emma Rodriguez, and there's 2 away in the top of the 3rd. Bailey Weber back up for the Jayhawks. Looks to keep this inning alive for Kansas.
Number 13, Bailey Weber.
First pitch to Weber is a bunt attempt. She pulls back. Ball's outside. Weber's first at bat of the day for the Jayhawks. She walked and scored yesterday in the first couple of games. 1-0 from Hoosier. Weber lays off. Ball was high. 2 in another count. From Hoosier. Way high. Now count 3-0. And Carson Griggs stands on deck, awaiting this at bat. 3-0 from Hoosier to Weber. Called strike on the inside corner. Counts 3-1. Three-1 counts from Hoosier. Weber fouls it down the right field line. Count goes full. Three-two count to Weber. Weber lines it right back up the middle. Base hit for Bailey Weber, her first of the day. And the Jayhawks continue the inning. Carson Griggs steps up for the Jayhawks here.
Now batting the third baseman, number 14, Carson Griggs.
2 away here in the top of the 3rd. First pitch from Hoosier to Griggs is high. Ball off the catcher's glove. Weber would advance to seconds. And Griggs has a runner in scoring position here with a 1-0 count. One-0 pitch to Griggs. Called strike on the outside corner. 1-1 now from Hoosier. One to Griggs, low and away. 2-1 now. To Griggs is way up, and Hoosier in jeopardy of issuing her second walk of the day. 3-1 counts. Now to Carson Griggs. The 3-1 swung on a miss by Griggs. Count now goes full. Full count pitch to Griggs is up and away, and Griggs goes to first on a walk. Campbell Bagshaw back up now for the Jayhawks. As we have a pitching change, I believe, for East Texas A&M. Brittany Miller out talking with the home plate umpire. And we do. We'll have a pitching change. We'll take a quick commercial break. Kansas leads 13-0 here in the top of the 3rd. Listen to Kansas softball on the KJHK Sports Stream.
Every weekday morning after Jazz in the Morning, what are you hungry for?
Beats. 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 Beats.
More beats, please.
Beats. 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 Beats.
More beats, please.
Breakfast with Beat Lovers. Every weekday morning from 9 till noon.
Fresh beats, handpicked by a different DJ every morning. Whether you like funk, hip-hop, reggae, or electronic music, you're sure to hear something both nutritious and delicious.
More beats, please. More beats, please.
Beats. 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 No matter how old I get, nothing tastes as good as a big bowl of beets. Beets, beets, beets. Beets. Boy, they're even better after you eat them.
Welcome back to Norman. 13-0 Kansas here in the top of the third. Bagshaw's first pitch from the new pitcher for the Lions is up and away. Victoria Masters is on the mound for the Lions. Freshman pitcher pitched earlier today against Kansas City. Scored a 2 1/3 inning, 1 hit, 2 earned runs, and a strikeout. This is her 6th appearance. 1-0 is a called strike to Bagshaw on the outside corner. Masters is a 7.94 ERA coming into this one. The 1-1 from Masters is way up over the head of Bagshaw. Count now 2-1. Fourth pitcher of the game here for East Texas A&M. Kansas out hitting the Lions 9-1. 2-1 pitch to Bagshaw. Bagshaw fouls it back right side. And it'll be a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Runners on first and second for Kansas here. Griggs on first, Weber on second. 2-2 from Masters is an Osby pitch that gets away from the catcher. Runners will advance to third and seconds. And it's a full count pitch to Bagshaw. Runners were going to advance anyway or go on the next pitch had they stayed at first and second with it being full count and 2 outs. But now both are in scoring position here for Campbell Bagshaw. Full count pitch from Masters. Way up and inside. Bagshaw draws a walk, and the bases are loaded once again for the Kansas Jayhawks, bringing up Sarah Rozak. Natalie Marshall up to bat for the Jayhawks.
Now batting the catcher, number 18, Natalie Marshall.
First pitch to Marshall. Called strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 to the catcher. Marshall 1 for 1 today. 0-1 from Masters. It's a fly or line drive to left field. That's going to get down. Weber's going to score. Here comes Griggs. The throw is not in time. Carson Griggs is safe. Throw to third. Bagshaw beats it there, and Kansas has second and third with 2 outs after an RBI or 2 RBI single from Natalie Marshall. 15-0 Jayhawks here, as we have head coach Brittany Miller for the Lions talking to the home plate umpire. I think we're going to have another pitching change for East Texas A&M. We'll take a quick break. Kansas leads 15-0. You listen to Kansas softball on the KJHK Sports Stream.
This is Kansas coach Bill Self. KU basketball isn't the only championship caliber program on our campus. You can find award-winning sports radio on the student voice for KU Sports, KJHK Lawrence.
Hey Jayhawks fans, Brendan Dworzinski here, radio voice of the Washburn Ichabods and former KJHK sports director. During my time at KJHK, I was on the call for some legendary KU moments.
Lucas to the opposite corner. Devontae Graham for 3. Off balance! Unbelievable. Devontae Graham does it again.
Keep it locked on the student home for Kansas Jayhawks athletics. 90.7 FM, KJHK Lawrence.
Welcome back to Norman. Kansas up 15-0 in the top of the third inning. East Texas A&M on their 5th pitcher of the day, Maddie Mueller, in the pitching circle. She also pitched earlier today against Kansas City. Went 1 1/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 total runs, 1 walk, and did not strike anyone out. Kansas has second and third with 2 outs here. Rozak in the batter's box as she takes first pitch low and away from Maddie Mueller. Mueller, a junior pitcher, 1-6 record entering this, 7.33 ERA, 23 innings. Batting average of .327 is what our opponents have. Mueller's second pitch is way outside, 2-0. Rozak walks in the third and came back to score, so this is her second at bat of the inning. 2-0 count from Mueller. is high. Count now goes to full. Maddie Hayes stands on deck for the Jayhawks. Three-0 count from Mueller. Is a called strike in the upper right corner. And count will be 3-1 to Rozak. 3-1 count to Rozak. Called strike on the outside corner again. Rozak kind of checked her swing. And count now goes to full with 2 away here. Runners on second and third for Kansas. Full count pitch to Rozak. Outside, Rozak draws a walk, and the bases are loaded once again for Kansas here in the third inning. Maddie Hayes back up for the Jayhawks here. She singled earlier this inning.
Now batting the center fielder, number 36, Maddie Hayes.
And there's base loaded 2 away for her at bat. First pitch to Hayes, outside 1-0. 15-0 Kansas, top of the third inning. They're out hitting the Lions 10-1. No errors by either team so far. 1-0 to Hayes, up and away, 2-0 now. 2-0 count from Mueller. Is a fly ball going to get out of play, foul behind home plates. Count now 2-1. Two-one count from Mueller. Is a fly ball to center field, fading fast. Underneath it is Rodriguez, and she'll make the play to get out of the inning. But Kansas adds 6 more runs in the top of the third inning. Scores 15-0 compared to the bottom of the third. You're listening to Kansas Softball on the KJHK Sports Stream.
Hey, Bear. I turned on the radio station the other day, and I heard a peculiar radio song.
What kind of peculiar radio song there? What was that?
They were playing some quite alternative music.
Oh, let me just turn this on and think of what. Holy freaking crap, Joe! This totally reminds me of the time when I listened to KJHK 90.7 FM.
You nailed it. KJHK 90.7 FM. That's the name.
Skug, me make something. Me make something with rock. Me begin now.
What that sound? That sound good.
A few minutes later.
Skug, me make wheel. It go uphill, mostly downhill. It fast. We catch saber-tooth tiger faster.
Gunk, I don't care about your wheel. I've made something greater and better. Something you'd never expect.
What that?
Music. It sounds as beautiful as the roaring oceans and the pterodactyls scream. We have lovely stations like KJHK 90.7 FM.
Welcome back to Norman. Bottom of the third inning here. Kansas leads 15-0. First pitch from Diggs to right-handed batter Nevaeh Terrell was a swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Defensive change for Kansas at first base. Candace Engling checks in for the Jayhawks. Diggs 0-1 is high. Engling was a transfer from Cal State Fullerton last season. Or, excuse me, prior to this season. And Diggs' 1-1 count to the plate is foul ball straight back by Terrell. Count now 1-2. Terrell on the season, sophomore battle, 250 in her 12th game. And looking to get something going here for the Lions. Diggs 1-2 is high. 2-2 now the count. To the 8-hole hitter for the Lions. 2-2 pitch from Diggs is a foul ball. Terrell was way out in front of that, pulled it to the left side on an outside pitch, and count will stay 2-2. Two pitch from Diggs is a line drive, going to get down for a base hit in the outfield, and Terrell's on board for the Lions here to begin the third inning. That will bring up the 9-hole batter, Isabella Arzola, the catcher for the Lions. Looking for her first hit this season coming into this one. Her 13th game, second start for the Lions. First pitch from Diggs is a line drive foul down the left field line. And Diggs will start the count with an 0-1 to the catcher. Oh, 0-1 pitch from Diggs is a flare down the left field line, going to get foul. And Diggs has an 0-2 count. Oh, 0-2 count from Diggs is a ground ball up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. Throws to first, or throw pulls Yingling off the back. Stafford got the force out at second though, and there's one away for the Jayhawks here in the bottom of the third inning. Arzola reaches safely, and there's one out and one runner on for the Lions, with Emma Rodriguez stepping up for her second at bat in this game. First pitch to Rodriguez is bounced in front of home plates. 1-0 count. Diggs getting her signals. Sets and fires the 1-0. Called strike on the inside corner. 1-1 the count. One pitch from Diggs. Called strike on the outside corner. Count goes 1-2. One-two pitch from Diggs. Swung on a miss. Rodriguez down on strikes. Fifth strikeout of the day for Kennedy Diggs, and there's two away in the bottom of the third inning.
Now batting the left fielder, number 1, Maddie Kaysen.
First pitch to Maddie Kaysen. Called strike on the outside corner. Kaysen grounded out to second in her first at bat. Arzola stands at first for the Lions with two away in the bottom third. Kansas up 15-0 here. 0-1 pitch from Diggs. Just outside. 1-1 count. One pitch coming from Kennedy Diggs here. Little low. 2-1 now the count. Diggs getting her signals for the 2-1 pitch. Now she's ready. Brings it. Foul ball right back at Natalie Marshall. And it's a 2-2 count now from Kennedy Diggs. Two pitch from Diggs. Ground ball right back to her. She snags it, throws to first, and that'll end the inning. Lead-off single cannot be moved by the Lions. It's 15-0 Kansas. We're at the top of the fourth inning. You're listening to Kansas Softball on the KJHK Sports Stream.
We people of the mountains believe at the castle there are vampires. Dracula and his wives, they take the form of wolves and bats. They leave their coffins at night and they feed on the blood of the living.
I am Dracula. I bid you welcome. Dracula is in the house. In the house? Dracula is in the house. In the house. Dracula is in the house. In the house. Dracula is in the house. In the house.
KJHK Lawrence.
Welcome back to Norman. I'm Caleb Kalsich. Kansas up 15-0 at the top of the fourth inning. Jaden Murphy will get her first at bat this weekend when we return to action. If you're in the Lawrence area, you can catch Austin Ecker and Trenton Craxner on the call for the Kansas basketball game at Allen Fieldhouse. Texas Tech leads Kansas 48-37 at halftime in that one. Kansas up 15-0 here in Norman against East Texas A&M. And Jaden Murphy steps up to the plate for the first time this weekend. 333 hitter coming into this. First pitch from Euler, low and away. One-0 pitch from Euler to Murphy. Is a fly ball to right. Fading and going to get down for a base hit. Jaden Murphy starts off this inning with a base hit to right. And Kansas has another leadoff runner to begin an inning. Lexi Gamez just couldn't get there in time. That ball was falling fast. Landed right in front of her. And the Jayhawks have run around with no outs here. Cadence Stafford homered back in the third inning. Gets a called strike for her first pitch of this at-bat. That was Stafford's first home run this season. 0-1 pitch to Stafford. Is outside, catcher drops the ball there. Murphy doesn't go anywhere. 1-1 pitch. Now coming from Mueller. Stafford gets the 1-1, low and outside. 2-1 now the count to the right-handed batter. Two-one pitch to Stafford is fouled on the left field line, and count moves to 2-2. Julia Dodson has checked in for East Texas A&M. She is playing third for the Lions. 2-2 pitch to Stafford. Bounced way in front of the home plate. Count goes full. Dodson is listed as an outfielder but playing in the infield today for the Lions. Full count pitch. No one out here to Caden Stafford. Mueller's 3-2 is a ground ball to the left side. Off the glove of the shortstop. And everyone will reach in. That's going to go to the wall. Here comes Murphy rounding third. Stafford's running to third. Murphy's going to score standing up. Stafford in safely at third. We'll see how they rule it. But this could be a RBI triple from Caden Stafford. That ball hit off the shortstop's glove of Nevaeh Terrell. And the bounce off the glove had the left fielder with a bad angle on Maddie Case, and it went to the wall. And Caden Stafford stands on third. It is ruled a triple. So Caden Stafford has a home run and a triple in this one today. Haley Webb steps up, and she lines one foul on the right field line. 16-0 Kansas with the RBI triple from Caden Stafford. And it'll be an 0-1 count coming to Haley Webb. That is Stafford's 4th RBI of the game. Webb watches an outside pitch to count now 1-1. No outs here in the top of the 4th. Stafford stands on third. 1-1 pitch from Mueller. Webb fouls it behind home plates. And it'll be a 1-2 count. Mueller will bring the 1-2 to Webb. Webb watches an outside pitch. 2-2 now the count. Two-two pitch to Haley Webb is way up and away. And Haley Webb has worked a full count here, looking to get on for the Jayhawks. Full count pitch from Mueller is hit foul on the left field line, and we'll do the 3-2 all over again. Three-two pitch from Mueller is fouled again down the left field line or behind home plates. And Mueller will have to do the 3-2 once again. Three-two pitch from Mueller to Webb here. Brings it to the plate. Ball full in the outside corner. Lions thought that was strike 3. But Webb reaches on a walk. Now 1st and 3rd with no outs here for the Kansas in the top of the 4th. Baited over back up for the Jayhawks. Singled back in the 3rd inning. Came around to score. First pitch to Weber from Mueller is low and away. Webb does not go. One-0 pitch from Madden Mueller is lined down the left field line, fading and foul from Bailey Weber. And it'll be a 1-1 count to the left-handed batter. One pitch from Madden Mueller. Weber grounds it to third. Dotson throws over. Stafford's going to score, so an RBI ground out from Bailey Weber extends the lead to 17-0 Kansas. There's one away now in the top of the 4th inning. Dotson probably had Stafford coming home. She would have thrown it, but she threw across the diamond. And there's one away for Carson Griggs. Webb advances second on the play. So runner in scoring position for the freshman. Griggs watches the first pitch low and away. Griggs walked back in the 3rd inning. One 1-0 pitch to Carson Griggs. Just outside, 2-0 now. Kansas out hitting East Texas A&M 12-2. Jayhawks have scored in every inning. And we're in the top of the 4th. 2-0 pitch to Griggs is fouled off the foot of Carson Griggs. And it'll be a 2-1 count coming up here. Mueller's 2-1 to Griggs. Low and away. And Griggs has forced a 3-1 count from the right-handed pitcher. Through on pitch from Mueller is way inside. Griggs trying to get out of the way of that, and that's ball 4. So Griggs forces her second walk of the game, and that'll bring up Candace Yingling. Transfer from Cal State Fullerton. First at bat this season for this weekend for the Jayhawks. And she has runners on first and second with 1 out. First pitch from Mueller. Just outside. 1-0 now the count to Yingling. Third at bat this season for Yingling. 1-0. Called strike on the outside corner. And the count's now 1-1. One pitch from Mueller. It is a ground ball to the left side. Dotson fields it, bobbles it, and gets away. Yingling will reach on an error by Jaliyah Dotson. That'll be the first error for East Texas A&M today. And the bases are loaded for the Jayhawks with 1 away. Anna Souls will check in for the first time today for the Jayhawks, hitting in the spot of Natalie Marshall. And Jayhawks have runners on every base, 1 away for the left-handed batter. Souls walked yesterday for the Jayhawks.
Attention, please. Pinch hitting for Kansas, number 22, Anna Souls.
Yingling stands on first. Griggs on third, as the first pitch from Mueller is low and away. Webb's on third, Griggs on second, Yingling on first. 1-0 count to Souls here. Mueller's 1-0. Called strike on the outside corner. Count now 1-1. 1-1 pitch from Mueller is called strike on the outside corner again. Count now 1-2. One and 2 pitch from Mueller. Off-speed pitch. Souls holds back. It was close. Umpire said that's a ball. Infield wanted that strike 3 call, but did not get a 2-2 count now for Anna Souls. Mueller's 2-2. Line drives to the left side of the field. You're going to be caught by the left fielder. Webb does not tag. She'll hold at third. Maddie Casey making the play. And now there's 2 away in the top of the 4th for the Jayhawks. Sarah Rozak steps back up to the plates for the Jayhawks with the bases loaded and 2 away. First pitch from Mueller to Rozak. Outside. 1-0 the count. One-0 pitch from Mueller. Swung on a miss by Rozak. Count now 1-1. Rozak walked in her previous 2 plate appearances, both in the 3rd inning. She looks to drive in a couple runs here for the Jayhawks. 1-1 pitch to Rozak. Low and outside. Count now 2-1. To the right-handed batter. Rozak in her senior season with the Jayhawks. 2-1 pitch to Rozak is a fly or a pop fly on the infield. The shortstop Terrell can't make the catch in and out of her glove, and Rozak will reach safely and drive in a run. Haley Webb will score. Bases stay loaded. They tried to get Yingling advancing to second, and she was already there before the throw got there. So it's 18-0 Kansas, 2 away, bases still loaded, and Maddie Hay steps up for the Jayhawks. First pitch is outside. Carson Griggs now at third. Yingling at second, and Rozak stands at first. Second error of the day for East Texas A&M. 1-0 pitch from Mueller. Line drive foul down the third base line. Right back to the Kansas dugout from the right-handed batter. And the count's now 1-1. One pitch from Mueller. It is an off-speed pitch that misses way outside. Count now 2-1 to Maddie Hayes. Hayes singled in the third and flew out in the third as well to center field. Mueller brings a 2-1 to Hayes. Misses on the outside corner. Count now 3-1. And there's no place to put Hayes with the bases loaded. 3-1 pitch from Mueller is a pop fly. Catcher goes to make it in the foul territory. Can't make the catch. She slipped on the on-deck mats as she was trying to make the catch and couldn't grab it. So it'll be 3-2 full count for Maddie Hayes. Pop fly was near the Kansas dugout. And Maddie Hayes will have another chance here. Full count, bases loaded, 2 outs. The runners will be moving on the pitch. 3-2 count from Mueller. It swung on a miss by Maddie Hayes. Inning is over, but Kansas adds 3 more to the lead and takes an 18-0 lead to the bottom of the 4th inning. This is the Kansas softball on the KJHK Sports Stream.
This is Kansas coach Bill Self. KU basketball isn't the only championship caliber program on our campus. You can find award-winning sports radio on the student voice for KU Sports, KJHK Lawrence.
Hey, Gus Balo here, voice of the Frederick Keys in the MLB Draft League. I got my start broadcasting right here at KJHK.
Gabriel, with 3 receivers to the right, will take the snap. He has time. We're going to fire the pass. It's into the end zone, and it is tipped around. Incomplete. Kansas wins it. The Jayhawks have done it. For the first time since 1997, the Kansas Jayhawks have defeated the Oklahoma Sooners, and the fans storm the field.
You're listening to Kansas football on the student home of KU Sports, 90.7 FM, KJHK Lawrence. Keep it locked.
We're at the bottom of the 4th here in Norman. Kansas has an 18-0 lead over East Texas A&M, out hitting the Lions 12-2. So far on this, and Jelaya Dodson steps up for her first at-bat of this one. Checked in the middle of this game, and she'll be up for the Lions on the season. 118 average, 2 hits and 17 at-bats, and looking to get something started here for the Lions. First pitch from Diggs. Called strike on the outside corner. Jaden Murphy is playing right field for the Jayhawks. Haley Webb, I believe, is playing left. Haley Webb behind the home plate. But Haley Webb is still in left field for the Jayhawks. 0-1 pitch was a strike from Kinley Diggs, and that count as 0-2. Diggs gets a swing and a miss from Dotson on a check swing, and there's one away in the bottom of the 4th inning. 6th strikeout for Kinley Diggs. One away here in the bottom of the 4th. Tatum Wright steps up for the Lions. She doubled off the left field wall in the 2nd inning. And first pitch is a swing and a miss. Ball bounces off the home plate and behind Haley Webb. 0-1 the count. 2 hits on the day for the Lions, 12 for the Jayhawks in this 18-0 game. And we have time called by someone. Not really sure what that's about. We're back under play. First base umpire said something to the home plate umpire. 0-1 count from Diggs is a little low. 1-1. One from Diggs. Swung on a miss. Off-speed pitch had right way in front of that. And it's a 1-2 count now from Kennedy Diggs. Diggs with the 1-2. Low and away. Bounces in front of Haley Webb. And the count will move to 2-2. Two pitch from Kennedy Diggs. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Diggs' second strikeout of the inning, 7th today, and there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th.
Now batting the designated player, number 34, Tori Tiamalu.
Now up for the Lions is Tia Tiamalu. She watched the first pitch on the outside corner. Tori Tiamalu checked in for Stephanie Tapia earlier. 1-0 pitch from Diggs. Outside to Tiamalu. And it's a 2-0 count to the left-handed batter. Diggs' 2-0 pitch is swung on a miss by Tiamalu. 2-1 now the count from the right-handed pitcher. Diggs gives her signals, brings a 2-1 to the plate. Tiamalu fouls it back left side. Count now 2-2 from the right-handed pitcher. Two pitch from Diggs. Bounces in front of home plate. Count now goes full. Tiamalu can become the first runner to get on base here in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Lions. The 3-2 pitch from Diggs. Line drive to center. Diving effort and makes the catch in center field is Maddie Hayes. And the Jayhawks go in order. We head to the top in the 5th. Kansas with an 18-0 lead. Here's from the Kansas softball on the KJHK Sports Stream.
Hey Jayhawks fans, Brendan Dworzinski here, radio voice of the Washburn Ichabods and former KJHK sports director. During my time at KJHK, I was on the call for some legendary KU moments.
Lucas to the opposite corner. Devontae Graham for 3. Off balance! Unbelievable. Devontae Graham does it again.
Keep it locked on the student home for Kansas Jayhawks athletics. 90.7 FM, KJHK, Lawrence.
Every weekday morning after Jazz in the Morning, what are you hungry for?
Beats. 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 Beats.
More beats, please.
Beats. 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 Beats.
More beats, please.
Breakfast with Beat Lovers. Every weekday morning from 9 till noon.
Fresh beats, handpicked by a different DJ every morning. Whether you like funk, hip-hop, reggae, or electronic music, you're sure to hear something both nutritious and delicious.
More beats, please. More beats, please.
Beats. 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 No matter how old I get, nothing tastes as good as a big bowl of beats. 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 Boy, they're even better after you eat them.
Welcome back to Norman. Kansas coming up to what would be probably the final at-bats in this game against East Texas A&M. Holding an 18-0 lead here in the top of the 5th inning. Jaden Murphy back up for the Jayhawks here. Maddie Mueller brings the first pitch. And it's a ground ball foul into the Kansas dugout. And Mueller starts with an 0-1 count to the right-handed batter. Oh, 0-1 pitch from Mueller. Line foul on the left field line, and Murphy has an 0-2 count now from the right-handed pitcher. Oh-2 pitch from Mueller. Murphy stays alive with the foul tip. Count remained 0-2. That was an all-speed pitch on the outside corner. Murphy was a tad out in front of it, just got contact with that. And we'll do the 0-2 over again. Mueller's 0-2. Up and away. 1-2 count now from Maddie Mueller. One-two count from Mueller. Outside 2-2 now. Murphy singled back in the fourth inning and came around to score. 2-2 pitch from Mueller. Foul tip, strikeout into the catcher's glove. Murphy will go down on strikes to open the fifth. And there's one away for Caden Stafford here in the top of the fifth. Stafford 2 for 2, homered in her first at bat, tripled in her seconds. Looking to get things rolling here for Kansas in the top of the fifth. First pitch to Stafford, swung on a miss on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 now the count. 4 RBIs total for Stafford today. 0-1 pitch from Mueller. Outside 1-1 now the count. Mueller's 1-1. Ground ball just short. Terrell bobbles it and cannot make the throw in time. Stafford beats out the throw. That'll probably be ruled in error, so it'll be the second error on Terrell today. Third overall for the Lions. And Stafford reaches safely for Haley Webb. Webb walked back in the fourth inning. First pitch to Webb, way outside. Stafford stays put, 1-0 now the count from Mueller. One-0 from Mueller. Is a pop fly near the Kansas dugout. It's going to get out of play. 1-1 now the count to the right-handed batter. Played catcher in the previous inning on defense for the Jayhawks. One to Webb. All-speed pitch. Misses the outside corner. 2-1 the count now to Webb. Mueller gets a signals, brings it 2-1 to Haley Webb. Fouled behind home plate. Kind of now 2-2. Kind of jammed Webb there. Inner half of her bat. And Mueller will look to get the second out of the inning here for East Texas A&M. Two-two pitch from Mueller is inside, almost hits Webb, and we'll go full. Three-two pitch from Maddie Mueller to Haley Webb. Is a hard ground ball fouled in the left field line, and we'll do it again. Mueller brings the 3-2 to Webb once again. And it's a fly ball deep left center field. Left fielder watches it, and it's over the bleachers. Haley Webb demolishes the 3-2 pitch. It is 20-0 Kansas here in the top of the fifth. Webb's first home run as a Jayhawk. That ball cleared the left center bleachers here in Norman. 2-run home run for Haley Webb. 13th hit for the Jayhawks, and it's 20-0 Kansas here with one away in the top of the fifth. Maddie Case in left field took 2 steps and watched it fly. And Bailey Weber comes up with no one on, 1 out. And she hits the ground ball up the middle. Diving effort by the second baseman, can't get there, and Weber's on with a single. Emma Meehee couldn't get her glove on that one. And Bailey Weber keeps the inning going for the Jayhawks. 14th hit of the contest for Kansas. Carson Griggs now steps up for the Jayhawks.
Now batting the third baseman, number 14, Carson Griggs.
Griggs has walked twice in this one. First pitch to Griggs. Way outside. Wouldn't expect Kansas to go on anything unless it's a pass ball or wild pitch. With Weber on first. 1 for 2 on stolen bases this season is Bailey Weber. 1-0 from Mueller. Osby pitch. Low and away. 2 out of the count to Carson Griggs. (2-0) to Griggs. Up and away. And Carson Griggs could be having her 3rd walk of the day. The 3-0 count. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk for Carson Griggs, her 3rd walk of the day. And Jayhawks have runners on first and second with 1 out for Candace Engling.
Now batting the first baseman, number 10, Candace Engling.
Engling reached on air. Back in the 4th, first pitch to her is call strike on the outside corner, a little low and away. Umpire gave them the call there. 0-1 the count for Madam Mueller and East Texas A&M. 0-1 to Yingling. That one's outside. Weber had a huge lead over there at second, and she gets back. 1-1 now the count. One pitch from Madam Mueller. Called strike, similar place to the first pitch. Yingling kind of half-checked, didn't go fully. It's called a strike anyway. 1-2 now the count. 1-2 pitch to Yingling. Low and away. Yingling held her bat out there as if she was bunting there and brought it back. Two pitch from Mueller. Way outside. Diving effort by the catcher there. And we'll go full again in this at-bat. Candace Yingling looking to reach for her 2nd time today. 1 out here in the top of the 5th, 20-0 Kansas. And they have 2 runners aboard here with a full count to Yingling. Yingling flares at right side, going to get foul, out of reach of everyone. Tatum Wright, the first baseman, was chasing that, just couldn't get there in time, just out of reach. And we'll do the 3-2 again. (3-2) pitch from Mueller to Yingling. Is fouled right side. And we'll have the 3rd 3-2 pitch. 3-2 pitch to Candace Yingling. Fouls it off again. Yingling doing a good job of staying alive here. And we'll go full again. Three-two, ground ball to short. Terrell makes the play, throws to third to get Weber out advancing to third, and there's 2 away. Griggs advances to second, and Yingling reaches safely on the fielder's choice, which will bring up Anna Souls.
Now batting the designated player, number 22, Anna Souls.
2 away here in the top of the 5th. First pitch from Mueller to Souls. Call strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 to Souls. Souls flied out to left field in her first at bat. Back in the 4th inning. 0-1 count from Mueller. Fouled back left side. And we'll go 0-2 from Maddie Mueller to Anna Souls. To Souls, bounced way in front of home plates. And it'll be 1-2 to Anna Souls here. One-two pitch from Mueller. Souls flies it left side, out of play, foul. And we'll do the 1-2 again. Runners on first and second for Kansas, 2 away. Out hitting East Texas A&M 14-2 and a 20-0 lead for the Jayhawks. East Texas A&M 3 errors to Kansas 0. 1-2 from Mueller. Low and inside. And it'll be a 2-2 count to Souls. Mueller gets signals for the 2-2 pitch. Brings it to the plate. And Souls fouls it back left side again. We'll repeat the 2-2 pitch. Two-two pitch from Mueller. Is a line drive in the middle. Souls gets a base hit. Griggs comes around and scores. Yingling all the way to third. It's an RBI single from Anna Souls. Center fielder for East Texas A&M, Emma Rodriguez, mishandled a little bit, but didn't really affect the play at all. First and third for Kansas, 2 away. Anna Souls in the RBI single to keep this inning alive. 21st run for the Jayhawks in this one. 15th hit for Kansas. Souls on first, Yingling at third. First pitch to Sarah Rozak from Mueller. Call strike on the outside corner. Oh, 1 pitch from Mueller. Up and away, 1-1 the count now. Rozak walked twice in the third and reached on air in the fourth. 1-1 pitch low and away, 2-1 on the count to Rozak. Two-one pitch from Mueller, way outside, 3-1 on the count. Rozak close to forcing her third walk of the day from the Lions. Mueller's 3-1 is popped foul right side. Count goes full. Anna Souls will be moving on the pitch here, standing at first. Two outs here. Top 5. Mueller's 3-2 pitch to Rozak is a flare to the infield. Going to hit in between 3 defenders. And Rozak's going to have an infield single. That hit in no man's land between the infielders. Dotson, Terrell, and Mueller all could not get to the pop fly. Souls reaches second safely. It's an RBI single for Sarah Rozak as Yingling scored from third. It is 22-0 Kansas. And Maddie Hayes comes up with first and second and 2 outs. Call strike on the outside corner, first pitch to Hayes. No one got a glove on that pop fly to the infield for Sarah Rozak, so it is ruled a hit. 0-1 pitch from Mueller. Line drive to the outfield is going to hit the gap. Here comes Souls from second. Hayes is going to get to second. It's an RBI double for Maddie Hayes. Anna Souls comes around from second to score. 17th hit of the day for Kansas. It is 23-0. Sarah Rozak advances to third on the double from Hayes. And Jaden Murphy's back up for the Jayhawks. Second and third, 2 outs here for Kansas. First pitch from Mueller. Murphy flies it down the right field line, going to get foul. Oh, now the count to Jaden Murphy. Hayes on second. Rozak at third. A hit to the outfield will no doubt score both of them. 0-1 count from Mueller. Fouled back right side by Murphy. Kind of 0-2. Oh-2 count from Mueller. Is a ground ball to Terrell. Terrell fields it, throws to first, and in time, inning is over. Kansas adds 5 more to their lead and takes a 23-0 lead to the bottom of the 5th inning. Lions down to the final 3 outs. Listen to Kansas softball on the KJHK Sports Stream.
Hey, Bear. I turned on the radio station the other day, and I heard a peculiar radio song.
What kind of peculiar radio song there? What was that?
They were playing some quite alternative music.
Let me just turn this on and think of what. Holy freaking crap, Joe! This totally reminds me of the time when I listened to KJHK 90.7 FM.
You nailed it. KJHK 90.7 FM. That's the name.
This is Kansas coach Bill Self. KU basketball isn't the only championship caliber program on our campus. You can find award-winning sports radio on the student voice for KU sports, KJHK Lawrence.
We're in the bottom of the 5th. Kansas up 23-0 over East Texas A&M. Kennedy Diggs still in the mound for the Jayhawks. First pitch to Emma Meehee. Swing and a miss on an off speed. Way out in front of that was Meehee. 0-1 now the count from Diggs. Lions down to the final 3 outs here in the 5th inning. 0-1 from Diggs. Fouled right side out of play. And we'll have an 0-2 count here from Kennedy Diggs. Oh, 2 pitch from Kennedy Diggs. Just outside. 1-2 now the count to the right-handed batter. Meehee flew out to right field back in the 2nd inning in her only at bat. 1-2 from Diggs. Fouled. Right back to Haley Webb. We'll stay 1-2. Kansas will take on Oklahoma right after this one. Scheduled start times around 3:15. 1-2 from Diggs. Swung on a missed. 8th strikeout of the day from Kinley Diggs. And there's one away here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Now batting the right fielder, number 5, Lexi Gomez.
Lexi Gamez in the batter's box for the Lions. She struck out in the 2nd inning. One of the 8 today for Kennedy Diggs. First pitch from Diggs to Gamez is fouled straight back into the netting. 0-1 now the count to Gamez. Gamez, 167 hitter on the season. One from Diggs, a little high. 1-1 now the count. One and one the pitch from Diggs. Called strike on the outside corner. 1-2 now the count from Kennedy Diggs. Diggs came into this game with 4 strikeouts on the season. She's doubled that number today. It's a ground ball, going to go foul. 1-2 will be the count. She's now up to 12 on the season and counting so far. One and two pitch from Diggs. Up and away, 2-2 now. Two pitch from Diggs to Gamez. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from Webb. She grabs it, throws to first, and it hits off Gamez. Gamez will stay put, but Kennedy Diggs gets the strikeout, but a drop through strike. It's how Gamez gets aboard, and there's 1-on-1 out for the Lions.
Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Nevaeh Terrell.
The throw from Webb hit off the back of Gamez. That's who he's running to first. And Nevaeh Terrell steps up for the Lions. First pitch to Terrell's up and away. Terrell 1 for 1 today. One of the 2 hits that the Lions have. Does have 2 errors in the infield, however, for the Lions. 1-0 the count from Diggs. Called strike inside part of the plate. Terrell's hit singled back in the 3rd inning. Gamez has not attempted to steal a base yet this season. She stands at first with 1 away here in the 5th. Terrell hits a fly ball to left. Weber underneath it, makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Weber doesn't really have to move at all for that. And the Lions are down to their final out here against the Jayhawks.
Now batting the catcher, number 44, Isabella Arzola.
Isabella Arzola steps up for the Lions. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Kansas up 23-0. Looking to close out the first game of 2 today. First pitch from Diggs. Called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count from Diggs. Oh, 0-1 from Diggs is a ground ball right back up the middle. Rozak makes the catch, flips it to Stafford. In time, Stafford bobbled out a little bit. Umpire calls game out advancing to second. And that'll do it. Kansas wins in 5 against East Texas A&M with a final score of 23-0. Moves their record to 9-6 on the season. East Texas A&M falls to 4-15, and they'll take on Kansas City tomorrow to close out their journey in the Oklahoma Omni Classic. Kansas will be back in action around 30-ish minutes, taking on Oklahoma once again. With that, thank you guys for listening to the KJHK Sports Room of Kansas Softball. We're back in 30 minutes. You've been listening to the Kansas Softball on the KJHK Sports Stream.
Skug, me make something. Me make something with rock. Me begin now. What that sound? That sound good.
A few minutes later.
Skunk! Me make wheel. It go uphill. Mostly downhill. It fast. We catch saber-toothed tiger faster.
Skunk, I don't care about your wheel. I've made something greater and better. Something you'd never expect.
What that?
Music. It sounds beautiful as the roaring oceans and the pterodactyls scream. We have lovely stations like KJHK 90.7 FM.
Lawrence? But wheel go fast. It round. Has hole in middle. This is the end.
Every weekday morning after Jazz in the Morning, what are you hungry for?
Beats. 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 Beats.
More beats, please.
Beats. 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 Beats.
More beats, please.
Breakfast with Beat Lovers. Every weekday morning from 9 till noon.
Fresh beats, handpicked by a different DJ every morning. Whether you like funk, hip-hop, reggae, or electronic music, you're sure to hear something both nutritious and delicious.
More beats, please. More beats, please.
Beats. 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 No matter how old I get, nothing tastes as good as a big bowl of beats. 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 Boy, they're even better after you eat them.
Morning already? And somebody's cooking breakfast? Ooh, I don't like the sound of that ambience. Who are you? Breakfast for beat makers. I'm sorry, breakfast for who? It's beat lovers then. It would make sense to call it beat lovers since it's... Well, I think beat makers has a better tone. I'm just saying, beat lovers would just make... It flows off the tongue better. You know, I'm just saying, it flows off... Shut up! Now, what would you like to eat? We have banana pancakes, bacon, or would you like to pet my tortoise? I'm pretty sure that's a turtle. Anyway, what is Breakfast for Beat Lovers? I'm glad you asked, young man. Breakfast for Beat Lovers is a special program on KJHK's 90.7 FM, going all throughout the week from 9 to 11. During this special program, you'll be able to hear your favorite music by your favorite producers, such as Jay Dilla, Madlib, Nujabes, Mr. West, anybody you can think of. Well, that was interesting. Hey, can you pass me some orange juice if you have any? Unfortunately, we don't have orange juice, but I can offer you some Pepsi. KJHK 90.7 FM. Keep it locked.
Hey, Gus Balo here, voice of the Frederick Keys in the MLB Draft League. I got my start broadcasting right here at KJHK.
Gabriel, with three receivers to the right, will take the snap. He has time. We're going to fire the pass. It's into the end zone, and it is tipped around, incomplete. Kansas wins it. The Jayhawks have done it. For the first time since 1997, the Kansas Jayhawks have defeated the Oklahoma Sooners, and the fans storm the field.
You're listening to Kansas football on the student home of KU Sports, 90.7 FM, KJHK, Lawrence. Keep it locked.
We people of the mountains believe at the castle there are vampires. Dracula and his wives, they take the form of wolves and bats. They leave their coffins at night and they feed on the blood of the living.
I am Dracula. I bid you welcome. Dracula is in the house. In the house. Dracula is in the house. In the house. Dracula is in the house. In the house. Dracula is in the house. In the house.
KJHK, Lawrence.
This is Kansas coach Bill Self. KU basketball isn't the only championship caliber program on our campus. You can find award-winning sports radio on the student voice for KU Sports, KJHK Lawrence.